All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is. So I want to do a real quick review of this Joey Badass album that just dropped. Um, as you can see, it's on the screen right here. Um, so I listened to it 2 times. Now, before we get into that, I want to shout out Read My Soul. He actually did a whole rant on the album. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? And he seemed like he was a little bit, I ain't gonna say hurt, but he seemed like he was a little bit mad about what happened. You know what I mean? If you wanna listen in, go check out his video and he explains what happened. But before we get into that, legendary spell, this is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is on the screen, Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers, over 19,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. So look, Read My Soul did a whole rant, at least like 5 minutes, on the issue with the Joey Badass album, but he had a major issue with it, and it wasn't necessarily because of the album. He said that he didn't really like the album, it wasn't good, but it was a little more on the lines of something happened, and I want y'all to go see his video. But me watching his rant about it, I said to myself, let me go listen to the album, because I want to see why he said the things he said. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand now why he said the things he said. Now, I'm not as harsh on the album as he was, but I am gonna say, judging off of the work that has been presented the last few months or even a year, I definitely think that this album is not as good as it should have been. So we're gonna get into this, right? And I'm gonna touch on the album. I'm not gonna really go through the songs. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell y'all how I feel about Joey Badass and why I think it was a bad move for him to put this album out. And two, why I think that he was doing too much during this battle and wasn't ready for what was to come. You know what I'm saying? So, as you know, Joey Badass, he went on a fabulous, I would say fabulous run battling the West Coast. He took on everybody by himself for the most part. I'm shocked that New York didn't jump out the window. A lot of dudes don't want to mess up relationships. I think Joey Badass showed that he showed no fear. He wanted to do what he thought was best, and he wanted to make sure that New York was the coast that he was on, whatever. I definitely don't think Joey Badass is the best rapper in New York. That's just not gonna happen for me. I'm sorry, there's too many good people. I ain't even say New York, I'm just gonna say the East Coast. There's too many people over there. So, but he took on the mantle, and he ran it up. Some people say he won. I think Daylight won. Maybe I'm just biased. I don't know. But some people say that he won the battle, right? But see, when you going at the king, you bet not miss. I listened to this album, and it reminded me of an album that somebody just threw together because they just came off a big battle with a bunch of people. Listen, this is what I want y'all to understand, right? I want y'all to understand something, because I think a lot of people don't understand. Music is definitely subjective, but when you are saying that somebody should battle you, it has to be a reason why you're saying they should battle you. It can't be because you think that this guy is just as good as you are. It has to be a reason. Me listening to this album, it lets me know that Joey Badass is not on Kendrick Lamar level on any stretch of the word. And I understand people who say, well, why would you think that anyway? He was not. You have to always give people a shot. You never know. People might surprise you. But he's not on Kendrick's level by any stretch of the imagination. Just understand this. He did this album, and it sounds like something that he did 5, 10, maybe 15 years ago. Some of the songs to me wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? He had a song on there with Ab-Soul and Rhapsody. That was cool. The last song, okay. You know what I'm saying? The Lonely at the Top. My thing is, like, Is it really lonely at the top? Because are you really at the top? To me, the last song he did in that battle, where he kind of mimicked Kendrick style and what's the name and Not Like Us. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think he should have pushed more towards that. Not actually rapping like that, but more towards that type of style. Change up, switch up. He did a song on there where he seemed like he tried to do that, but to me it was too all over the place. It was too all over the place. It sounds like a bunch of singles that was smashed together on one album. And I want y'all to understand something. When you're doing music, especially now, hip hop has evolved into something where I think people are holding artists more accountable for their music being great. If you are out here making songs just to make songs, it's not gonna work for you. It's not. There's a lot of artists out here that has the potential to be great, but they're so stuck in their comfort zone that they just rap a certain way and they always gonna rap that way. And for them, that's good. But to be the greatest, you can't just rap one way. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every rapper that you consider the greatest rapper of all time, every one of them did something out the box. Whether it was corny or whether it was super fire, they all did. So you gotta understand. He's not pushing for that. You know what I'm saying? I think that he felt like, okay, it's the right time to put out an album. Let me just throw this out. Because I know people, they still checking for me. It's like, no, dog, no. You can't do that. And how can we put you in the same class as J. Cole? How can we put you in the same class as Kendrick? Even Drake. How can we put you in the same class as Drake? Drake's older work, he was trying some different stuff. Whether it was somebody else doing it for him, but he was doing something different. He was trying some different things. Now he just does whatever. He's kind of like what you're doing now. So my thing is, like, you gotta understand, like, when I listen to that album, I realized that it didn't come nowhere near as close as Eclipse. It didn't come nowhere near as close as GNX. Any album, Chromacopia, even Tyler the Creator's new album, it didn't come close to that. It didn't come close to that at all. So my thing is, like, you got me. For me, I think that he didn't push the envelope at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy for somebody to come take his spot right now. He did his thing during the battle, and I think that's where he shined. I think that's where Joey Badass is probably good at. He's probably good at doing battle records or whatever. But when we talking about like a cohesive project, I don't think so. Nah, this one wasn't it. He got some alright albums, don't get me wrong. He got some alright albums. But for this one, for me, it should have been a New York album. This should have been like kind of Kendrick, what Kendrick did with GNX. This should have been a New York sound. Everything should have. From all the songs you released, that was all New York sound. I would have took your diss tracks as an EP over this album. I would have literally did that. I would say, you know what? I actually like his EP better than his Whistle Name. That's what I would have did if I was him. I would have released the EP because, you know what I'm saying, people attention span. But I think that it was about 13 tracks on there. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly how many tracks was on there. But it wasn't long. It was only 40 minutes. But still in all, to me, like, it's other projects that I like. I like Ghostface album better. You know what I'm saying? Well, Ghostface is Ghostface. But still, like, and for me, you can't claim to be this guy and you fail. Like, you fail. You don't get me wrong. And let me explain something to y'all. I'm not saying that Joey Badass, what he did was trash. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that out of all the albums that I heard, this is not even in the conversation. That's what I'm saying. If this album came out in 2001, this would probably be one of the best albums of that time. But we're talking about the Clips, Chromacopia, GNX. These albums are classics, man. If you ain't coming nowhere near like, you gotta understand, when you're dealing with artists that you think that you're better than, even Ray Vaughn project was better. Even his project, and I'm not even saying that to say it like to downplay Ray Vaughn. I'm saying that you ain't even coming close to that. And his album was dope. So it's like, this is why I say, man, I think Joey bit off more than he can chew. He wanted his name to be out there. I think when he said that, too much West Coast dick licking, I think he said that. And honestly, I don't even think he said it to get a response. I think he just said that because he just probably wanted to say it, or maybe it was a bar. But once he got a response, I think he said, you know what, I'm going to go, this is something I could do. But truth be told, he kind of failed at it. He failed at it. And for me, what Read My Soul was saying about the album, he really went off on the album. You know what I'm saying? And again, I want to say this. I just want y'all to be clear. I like Read My Soul. I don't agree with everything I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything he says. I like the brother though, but I don't agree with everything he says. Me and him, and let's just say I watch his content and there's some things that I totally disagree with. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. But what I can agree with is we're talking about hip hop, and when we're talking about this and Joey Badass and what he said about the album, I kind of agree with him. The album was mid at best. It was something that if you're gonna claim to be this guy, I'm talking, if you're gonna claim to be better than Kendrick, or not even claim to be better than Kendrick, if you're calling out Kendrick, you gotta make something that's at least somewhere in the realm of where he's at. If you ain't, then I don't know what to tell you. But either way, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I had to do this episode. You know what I'm saying? I got so much stuff coming out. So I want y'all to understand, man, there's so much material that I'm doing. It's so much stuff, man. It's like everyday content is coming, man. So, hey, man, this is what I do now. So I love y'all for putting me where I'm at today. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Torture Talk. You know what it is. Peace. Bye. Put the two fingers together. You know what it is.